Hey everybody, it's Christopher Small, the owner of CMS Law Firm. We do estate planning, we do probate, we do it well. Today, I want to talk to you about how to create sub-trusts. Before we get to that though, I want to remind you, if you have questions about this or anything else related to estate planning or probate, and you want to talk with us over the phone for free, you can do so by going to cmslawfirm.com. Okay, sub-trusts. So, sub-trusts are basically trusts that are created from other trusts. These trusts are created sometimes within often within a revocable trust. Sometimes it's a credit shelter trust that does it. Sometimes it's a plain old revocable trust that does it. But the person dies, and then the trust directs that these sub-trusts are created. I had a guy call me today, and he was facing this situation. Someone in his life had died, and the trust directed that these sub-trusts be created and using the assets from the trust, and he was wondering how to do it. There was another attorney that was going to charge him like $1,500 or something crazy, and I told him that he didn't really need to do that. So there are a couple different ways that sub-trusts are created that I've seen, that I know of. One of them is that there are just shares created inside of a trust. And when that happens, you really don't have to necessarily create separate trusts. You just divide the assets up according to the trust, and then you account for them individually. So if there were two people and you were supposed to make two shares and you had $100, you would take $50 and you would put it maybe in a separate account under the name of the same trust, $50 in a different account under the name of the trust. And then as each person spent their money down, you would just keep track of it. And when the money in that account was gone, their benefit from the trust was over. That's one way to do it. In that instance, you don't need to create actual separate trusts. However, sometimes it does direct that things are separated, that separate trusts are created. Often it's because they're going to be different trustees for each trust. When that happens, the way to create this separate trust is also pretty straightforward. The trust itself already exists, so you're not technically creating the trust. The original trust that creates the subtrusts is the actual trust that houses the subtrusts. I know this is getting kind of complicated probably. All you really need to do is create the mechanism for holding the assets under the rules of that subtrust. What I told the guy was just have to go create some tax ID numbers for each trust. You could just make up a name of the trust, whoever the trust is going to be created for, maybe call it like the Descendants Trust or whatever. Really can call it whatever you want. Note that it's from this other trust, and you'll get a tax ID number, and then you will go and open an account, transfer the assets from the main trust then to this sub-trust, which is controlled by the language in the original trust. Hopefully that makes sense. But it's not super complicated. It sounds complicated and it seems kind of complicated, but at a very high level, at a very sort of surface level, it's really not that hard to do. All right. So if you find yourself encountering that type of situation and you're wondering what to do, that's kind of what I would do. I would probably consult though an attorney first, let them read the trust, see exactly what it says, and then they can give you a good idea about what you might want to do to sort of do what you're supposed to do, but do it in the easiest way possible. Okay, that's it. Hopefully this made sense. If it did, great. If it didn't, well, we'll try again later. But for now, that's all we got. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you're someplace you can subscribe. YouTube, on Facebook, podcast. If you don't want to miss any episodes, subscribe. And if you have any questions specifically about estate planning or probate and you want to talk with us over the phone for free, you can do so by going to cmslawfirm.com. All right, that is it. As always, I am Christopher Small. I'm the owner of CMS Law Firm. We do estate planning, we do probate, we do it well. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your attention. I appreciate you, and I'll talk to you again soon. See ya.